little black pantsuit she felt she owed it to her grandfather to wear to her formal job interview. Surely after all these years that suggestive grin of Benji's couldn't still make her blush. Yup, apparently it could. "You have?" He tilted his head to one side. "I like the long hair. It suits you." She resisted the impulse to raise her hand to her chignon. "You two know each other?" At the head of the table, Jim frowned, perplexed. Then he glanced at him. Seriously? Was it possible that her grandfather knew nothing of the passion that had defined her high school years, her hopeless, hopeful, never quite requited but never quite spurned, all-consuming love for Benji Cooper? "Benji and I went to school together." Lennie strove for a neutral tone, trying to ignore the all-too-familiar tingle down her spine as Benji walked behind her. "Lennie used to let me sit with her in chemistry." Benji took the chair next to her, the breadth of his thigh muscles testing the weave of a narrow pair of navy trousers that looked like they should have a matching jacket somewhere. "She taught me everything I know." "We're all looking forward to learning a thing or two now Lennie's coming on board," Paul said. Benji's blonde eyebrows rose. "They've convinced you, then?" Lennie shot another look at her grandfather. "Yes," she said brightly, watching Jim let out his breath, the glow of relief in his eyes. "They've convinced me." "Well," Benji's grin broadened, "let me be the first to say it then. Welcome back to Kimpton." The sight of a vehicle on the road behind her jolted Lennie out of her reverie. Chugging towards her in no great hurry, an elderly ute crawled to a halt, pulling in behind the Corolla on the damp grass of the verge. "I was on another job," the driver announced. Only the set of well-used overalls he was wearing differentiated him from a random passerby. "I told them on the phone I wouldn't be able to get here for a couple of hours." It was less an apology than an accusation. "Yes," Lennie soothed. "They told me." The guy looked her up and down, his scrutiny making her almost as uncomfortable as her pantsuit. "I can't be everywhere," he said. "No," Lennie said. "Of course not." Hoping to shift his attention, she turned to the car. "I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. It just stopped." "Electrical fault, probably." He gave her another withering look. "How long since its last service?" "I don't know." As he sighed, his suspicions confirmed, Lennie resisted the urge to apologize again. "It's not my car. I just borrowed it for the day." Climbing into the driver's seat, he turned the key. The engine remained lifeless. "Could be anything," he said. "Can you fix it?" "Not here." Getting out, he narrowed his eyes at the horizon. "I'll have to come back with the trailer, load it up, get it into the workshop." "Is that far away?" He shook his head. "Glenmore, 10 k's up the road." Lennie let out a quiet breath of relief. "But," he looked at his watch, "we just shut for the night." She closed her eyes briefly. "So," she said, matching her tone to the knowledge that this man was the closest thing she was going to get to help, "what do I do?" "You'll have to wait till the morning. I'll come back for it then." As Lennie surveyed the empty road again, the man seemed to take pity on her at last. "There's a hotel by the garage," he said. "You can stay there." "Oh, thank God." He nodded at the passenger door. "Hop in." This would be okay, Lennie told herself. It would totally be okay. So long as the Corolla was on the road by midday tomorrow, she could still make her flight back to Sydney. All she needed to do was check into this hotel, wherever it was, call her grandmother, and relax for the night. Sliding cautiously into the oily passenger seat of the ute, Lennie tried not to dwell on how many more people she was going to have to call if she didn't get the car back before midday tomorrow. Rosters at the hospital, Sam, Deliana, a whole list of clients waiting for test results, not to mention 2 airlines. She forced herself to take a deep breath. Get a nice big lungful of clean country air. Some downtime would do her the world of good. She could order room service, watch a movie, catch up on all that sleep she'd lost lately, trying to think of a way to say no to moving back to Kimpton. Lennie watched the road ahead snake into the forested hills, following roughly the way the helicopter had headed. She'd made the right decision today. She knew she had. She could learn to live without Sydney. She could learn to live without the hospital. The Royal could find another internal medicine specialist. But she was Jim O'Donnell's only granddaughter, and for the first time in her life, he'd asked her for something. She'd never learned to live with turning him down. It wasn't until she heard the tick of the indicator beside